Hello, welcome to Peaceful Wood Turner. This is a crochet hook that belonged to my wife and it broke. I glued it back together, but obviously that's not going to keep it. It's made out of plastic, but it is important to her because it belonged to, I believe, her grandmother. So I thought, well, let me see if I can make a better handle for it to help kind of keep it together. So I've got this piece of threaded tube that's actually for a lamp. And it's kind of funny, the tolerances are really close. It won't fit in this way, but it will fit in this way. So it's really close, which is great. It gets a little wide right here, so it's not going to go in all the way right now, but I think I can make it fit. It's a good length because, as you can see, it comes to where the break is, and we'll block it off a little bit. So I'm going to put this inside this, which is a piece of decorative pear that came from a volunteer tree in our front yard that my wife really likes. So she likes the tree, she likes the crochet hook, I think she likes me. So I'm going to see if I can make this into a good handle for that. I'm going to start off by just getting this down to round, and then once I get it down to round, I'll be able to put it in chuck and get it to the right shape, drill it out, etc. As always, this is found wood. Go over your found wood really carefully, make sure there's no nails, no screws, anything like that. I've actually known this tree since it was a seedling, so I know all the stuff that's happened to it, and even with that I still need to be careful. So I'm going to start off with the spindle gouge and get this down close to round, and then start shaping from there. Also, don't forget dust collection. I've got my dust mask on, I've got my dust collection system all set to go. Here we go. Alright, we're round, we're chucked up. There's still a little bit of bark, that'll come off as I work. So next thing I'm going to do is just start figuring out exactly how this is going to be shaped. I want it to go into the wood probably to about there, because I need some space to actually be worked with. So I want it to go into the wood basically right to about there. So I really want to just sink this whole thing into the wood. And a lot of this is going to come off. So I'm going to be using probably this area right about here. So I'm going to go back to the spindle gouge, do a little more shaping and defining where I'm working and getting this down to a good shape. Drilled. I did a dry fit just to make sure it would go in smoothly, and it definitely did. It screws in nice and tight, so with a little bit of adhesive it'll be in there for forever. So all I want to do now is just kind of refine my shape. I've got plenty of meat back here that I can take down, and I just want to take this down a lot smoother and more narrow, because you know, this is the kind of thing where you're sitting here like this, so you really don't want a big grip that you have to hold on to. So I'm going to switch over to the skew and start working this down. Okay, I've got basically the shape I want, so I'm going to sand this down a bit, but first I'm going to go ahead and install my rod. I'm going to use a relatively slow setting cyanoacrylate type adhesive. Most of these are almost instant. This one takes at least 30 seconds, actually longer. So that makes it perfect for this application. So this has come off really smooth already. There's very few tool marks. This wood cut really nicely, not like the beat up wood that I often use. So I'm going to start off with a 240 grit, slow my lathe way down. I'm going to take it down to about 680 to begin with, and then probably go lower from there.
Alright, that's sanded. Feels really nice and smooth, feels good in the hand. I think it'll be good. Problem is it's my hand that I'm testing it with, not the person who's going to be using it. So I'm going to clean it, clean the hook itself, and then I'm going to put these two together, get it in there as tightly as I can. And then I'll probably put a final coat of finish on it. It's all attached. I'm going to put a couple coats of spray finish on it, and I'll show you the finished product. Thank you for joining me on the Peaceful Woodturner.